Make I no lie, make I no thief. If you be young man wey dey vibrant and you get that mindset of say you no ever wish or want to see yourself, you know, sleeping with another man's wife. I mean, a married woman. Listen to me. Come, listen to me. If you find yourself in a situation whereby a woman, I mean a married woman, who is still tied with her husband, if you find yourself in a situation whereby she sees you as a person that she can share her marriage problems with, if she sees you as a person that she's comfortable to share her marriage problems with, especially when it has to do with that her husband is beginning to frustrate her, maltreat her, or abuse her physically or mentally, my brother, you have to be very careful and smart. Otherwise, the fruit you forbidded, you might end up eating it, even if it's just a tiny bite. Now, this is how it can happen. When she's close to you, telling you her marriage problems and all of that, I want you to realize that no matter how matured, no matter how grown, no matter how exposed, no matter how wealthy or low social status that woman can be, she is already vulnerable. That woman is already what? Vulnerable, because she's psychologically unstable. She's filled with distress, emotional distress. And all of that poses her to be what? Vulnerable. And you as a young man, you know that being a man, if you spend too much time with a woman that is not too close to you on a normal, like maybe your family member or your family friend or a close friend that you can have that sense of, sisterhood with. If such person is coming to you to share her marriage problems with you for consolidation or for counseling and all of that, you might end up be tempted. Being a man, you might face temptation. And if you're not careful enough, if you are not strong to withstand sexual temptation, you might be pressured to make advances at her. Forget, she could be older than you. She could be richer. She could be anything better than you. But such woman, like I said, is already vulnerable. And once temptation pulls you to make advances at her, there's high tendency, that she may not be able to resist your advances. She may not be able to resist your advances because it is most likely that everything she is suffering from that is making her come to you for solution is the solution you are offering her at that point. And because of her vulnerability, because she's mentally imbalanced or unstable, she will not be able to process it. That is this solution coming from the right source or the wrong source? Are you getting me? So in that case, you may end up taking at least a bite from your forbidden or forbidden fruit. And you know the consequences, my brother? You will be roped into her predicament as she is suffering from marriage problems that is causing her mental distress. You will be suffering from guilt and disgust. Yes, because it is a fruit you are forbidden. Your whole sense of consciousness forbidden it. But because you were unable to control or manage your temptation that you granted access with, you now victimize yourself. You fall a victim. Now, after the whole pleasure, what comes next is guilt, because you did not take that pleasure from your intention. It came as a failure to control your temptation, which is an action I would tag as unintentional. And after the pleasure, you will reprocess your action and you will begin to what? Regret. And when you are regretting at the same time, you will be feeling self-disgust because you cannot recorrect your wrong. And you can never make up your oath anymore because you're already eating from your forbidden fruits. And for the woman, you would certainly worse her case, because it's either she also go back to reprocess her action, realizing that she was foolish to allow, the unworthy person took advantage of her vulnerability. She'll begin to feel regret and disgust, adding to her already uh, already available problems. You see? Or if she is not even feeling guilty, maybe possibly or probably she didn't feel regret about her action, she would want you more and more. And you may not be able, like I said from onset, I said, if you are the kind of man that never wished to have something to do with somebody else's wife, now she would want you more and more because she would sense like she had found a relief to her problem. And after making her test the relief and the pains comes after, she's coming to you again and again and again for the relief. And if you discontinue to give her the relief, she don't begin to find you, uh, funny. She can begin to be a toxic person to your life. She can begin to stress you. And out of trying to, position yourself as a help to somebody, you have become part of the problem to that person and also invited problems to yourself. So in that case, my brother, I recommend that you do what? You do refer such woman to another woman